Hello there, my name's Steve Consalvez and I'm here at the UK Firewalking Academy in Cambridgeshire. And we've got some firewalks coming up soon and we're getting the same questions that have been asked of us for the last 30 plus years. I've been firewalking 32 years come March 2024. And one of the questions that comes up is, do you actually need to train to firewalk? And the answer is yes, you do. Because unless you've done it before, you have no idea what it's going to feel like. And I can tell you from all of those years of experience, if you don't get the proper training, if you aren't made aware of what it's like when you're firewalking, you can take those first couple of steps on and suddenly realize it's a firewalk. It's bloody hot. And so then instead of an enjoyable experience for 4, 5, 6 paces, it can be something that's terrifying. So yes, you need proper training so that you know what to expect, you know what it's going to feel like, and you know what is going to be the right state of mind to go through those 4, 5 or 6 paces so that you go through there effortlessly, so that it's fun and enjoyable. One of the other questions that comes up is, how do we not get burnt? And the fact is, if that's what's on your mind during the training session, then we've got it wrong. Because if you're thinking about burning, then the wrong thing's in your mind and you're not going to have a pleasurable experience. But there's a whole science around it. If you Google why don't you burn during firewalks, you'll find there's a whole load of science around it. But basically, you're only touching those coals for a split second for each time that you step into the coals. So it's only the briefest of touches. Now, you might be thinking, well, but I touched the oven once and I got a blister. Well, we'll deal with that in the seminar and how it's different and what is in your mind and how you're working. We talk about walking purposefully as you go over, which is not what happened when you touched the hot plate or the kettle or whatever it was. What does it feel like? Well, for many people, they don't feel anything. It just feels like they're walking. They're walking and they've done the training. They know what to expect and they just walk through it and they go, huh. For some people, they'll actually feel as they're walking through, they'll feel, I've done something. My feet actually feel as though they've touched something. Sometimes it can feel like walking on tarmac. Sometimes it can feel like walking on sand. Sometimes it can feel like walking on Lego. But either way, 4 or 5 paces and just a few seconds, and it's over and done with very, very quickly. One thing that's often asked of us is it mind over matter? And I would say to you, there is an element of that. We need to train you so that your mind is in the right position when you firewalk, so that you know what you're doing, what it feels like, what to expect, but also are learning some of the deeper lessons about what it's about. Because it's not about the firewalk, it really isn't. It's about taking that first step on a new journey. It's about putting your best foot forwards when you don't feel like doing it, when something comes up for you that would be good for you and you should take that step. And so that's what firewalking really is about. It's about teaching you to take that first step and to do it congruently, confidently, and consciously, so that you find the rest of the journey easier. And that's what firewalking really is about. It's not about firewalking. The firewalking is the proof that you can get your mind and body into the right mental and physical state to do it. And the last thing is, does it hurt? Well, it shouldn't. If you follow the instruction, if you do as you're told, there shouldn't be any pain around it. It shouldn't hurt at all. So, and at the end, that's why we have safety procedures in place, so that at the end you damp your feet into the nice cold water there. And so if you've picked up a coal along the way, which is the biggest risk that can happen, and it happens very rarely, our team are there to make sure that it's put out really quickly. So in 999 times out of 1,000, there's nothing to see. There's nothing that happens afterwards. So you just have to pay attention on the evening, pay attention to the training, listen to what we say, and everything should be fine. But you do need to pay attention. And that there's some people who just like to do things differently. They listen to us and they think, no, I've been watching YouTube. I've done it before. Well, those people, maybe they'll do it differently. Maybe they'll walk differently, not walk the way that we've trained them, not firewalk the way that we've trained them. And so for those people who, instead of spending just 2 or 3 seconds on the coals, insist on spending 8, 9 or 10 seconds on the coals, walking really slowly, then they might have a different experience. But hopefully that's not you. So come along to the event, come along with an open mind, listen to the instruction. You do need to pay attention to the instruction, and you'll have a fantastic evening. So from me, Steve Consalvez here at the Firewalking Academy, we look forward to meeting you soon, and we look forward to taking you on a very, very small journey that can be life impacting. Thank you.